I'm starting a new series where I recommend mangas. There's gonna be like every other week. I have so many mangas in my library that I'm just gonna recommend it to people instead of moping over the fact that no mangas are updating today. Okay, so today I decided to do 6 noble female children manga recommendations for you guys to read if you guys love mangas. And I decided that since all 6 of these protagonists are so cute, I decided to do a homage to all of them and draw them all in the same stories, because I feel like they could become actually great friends because they're all cute, lovable. Their personality is so great. So yeah. And so let's just get started in recommending these mangas, because I don't want this video to be too long. So the first one I recommend is Lady Baby. It currently has 31 chapters. It's ongoing, and the author is Pingman and Juhan. I hope my information is correct. And all of these are technically manhwas because they're all Korean and they're all in color, so you're gonna get the full experience. I'm not saying like black and white is not good, but you feel the magical thing. So the main character's name is Calliope Rustachel. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. Her nickname is Lip, so we're gonna call her Lip. And when she was an adult, basically, she sees her family die one by one. And so her father died, and then I think her 2 brothers died, and then her mother died. So after losing all of her family members, she actually got a second chance to go back in time to when she was born to prevent all this tragedy from happening, because her family members faced either murder, war, or illnesses, so she couldn't actually prevent them, hopefully. I give this story a 5 out of 5. It's a pretty smooth read, and it's focusing when she was like a child and stuff. So right now Lip is 5 years old, and we're gonna watch her progress on how she's gonna help her family, how like the cuteness is just gonna expand in that manga. And it's just so cute. Nothing major is going on yet because there's only 31 chapters. And I am so excited for more. So my next manga that I recommend is The next manga that I recommend is The Monster Duchess and Contract Princess. Currently has 23 chapters and is ongoing, written and drawn by Rielen, I think. The main character's name is Leslie Salvatore. Her previous last name was Spirato, but we abandoned that name because she was abused by the Spirato family, even though she's related to them, because she was raised to be a sacrifice for her older sister, Ellie. And sacrifices were supposed to be made to transfer Leslie's power to Ellie's power, to awaken Ellie's power. Emily's just plain evil in my opinion, so they need Jesus. Actually, they're too late for Jesus. They need someone else. So Leslie overhears someone. So Leslie wants to look for an escape on how to leave the Spirato family because she knows she's a sacrifice. So she overhears this person saying that this rumored monster duchess from the Salvatore house wants to adopt a daughter. So Leslie goes to the duchess for help and begs her to adopt her. And of course, Leslie, with her cuteness, is gonna get adopted because she's just so cute with her. I give this story a 5 out of 5, and the story is like a cute read. It's really new, so not a lot of chapters are out. But the next manga that I recommend is a pretty well-known one because there's 158 chapters, and that manga is Daughter of the Emperor. It is written by Soul, and the main character's name is Ariana Larag Illustri Pre Agrigon. That's a real long name, so we're going to call her by her nickname, Ria. And this is technically an isekai one. This is the first one out of the 3 that I recommended. Rhea was basically reincarnated and born as a child of this tyrant emperor named Cattell. We're not going to say his last name because it's real long, probably. And he's a ruthless, crazy maniac that kills, like, his own children. So it is a surprise when he actually leaves Rhea to be alive and not kill her like he did to his other children. I give the story a 5 out of 5. I love it. Of course, people may say, like, she's progressing so slowly because I think about 100 chapters are basically still when she's, like, a baby to when she was 10. Like, I think she becomes a teenager around chapter 100 or something. Or 120. I don't know. But basically, you got to see her grow up. You got to see her interact with her father. What I love about this manga, they do at some point show the perspective and the thoughts of her father later on in the story, which I'm not going to say what he feels because it's going to be a spoiler. Okay, so the next manga that I recommend is called The Abandoned Empress. Currently has 67 chapters. It is actually completed in its original language, Korean, but we only have 67 chapters that are translated. So let's pray for the translators. This story is full of frustration for me because I feel like I know what's going to happen, but at the same time, I feel like I have hope that this is not going to happen. So let's get to the point. This is written by Yuna and Ina, and the main character of the story is Aristia Monique, but we're going to call her by her nickname, Tia. And she was technically raised to be the next empress, and she was thought to be the girl of this prophecy that was made by Vita, the god, but she wasn't. And this is technically an isekai one, but she's not from another world. Another girl that came from another world named Jian is a real girl of the prophecy, and she's the one that's actually meant to be the empress. Even though our Tia was trained to be the empress and was more suitable. So, but she's not the one, so she got demoted to queen, while Jian, who just came from another world, gets to be the empress. And she doesn't do any work, like the queen does all of the empress's work, while the empress is like showing off basically. But I'm pretty sure if Tia was the empress, she would be a splendid empress. The emperor, forget his name, because he's such a jerk. He does nothing. He actually immediately cares for Jian, even though Tia and him has been spending time longer than Jian and him, and he is just cold and ruthless towards you. This story shows that there's no bad guy or good guy. Like, he just assumes that she's a bad guy, but Tia gets executed, which makes me depressed because it makes me angry. But she's actually given a second chance at life and gets sent back 7 years by Vita because Vita feels bad. And hopefully she makes the right decisions. And she only has her father left because her mother, we're not going to get into it. So I give the story a 4.5 out of 5. It's not like totally perfect, but it's not totally bad. And I would just read it for the story because it's really good. But there's some things that frustrate me. My next recommendation is Suddenly Became a Princess One Day, which currently has 47 chapters. I'm pretty sure season 2 is out. So it's written by Plutus. And so the main character of this story is Athanasia de Alger Obelia. Hopefully I pronounced her name right, but since I butchered her first name, we're going to call her by her nickname, Athy. And she's a cutie. She has blonde hair and those crystally blue eyes. Like, ugh. She is such a cutie. This is an isekai one, and a father-daughter story. Like, so basically, she gets reincarnated into a novel called Lovely Princess as the second female lead, Athy. and she is destined to die as Athi is actually killed by the emperor. His name is Claude, her father. She gets killed by her own father, and her father never gave her the love. And even though she's a second female lead, she's not a villain, but she gets killed. And Claude, her father, only gave his love to Jeanette, which is her quote-unquote sister. I'm not going to spoil it, but we're just going to say sister. So since she got reincarnated and she read the story already, she wants to prevent herself from meeting the fate that Athi in the original novel met. I feel real bad about it. So I give this a 4.5 out of 5. Because they're playing the author is playing these games at the end of season 1, and you're gonna know what I mean when I'm saying they're playing these games, because I'm frustrated, I am angry, I need to wait until all the chapters are out because the author are playing with my emotions. Okay, my last and final manga is I Am a Child of This House, or I'm a Child of House of Castiello, or I think that's the other version, which currently has 43 chapters and is ongoing. This is just a cute chapter. Like, cuteness is in here. Like, cuteness is in all of these mangas, but cuteness is in this one too. This is the first one that actually introduced me to father-daughterly love mangas, if you know what I mean. And I fell in love with this manga the most. So of course it gets a rating of 5 out of 5. There's no really a love interest, but let's get into the story. So the main character's name is Estelle Castiello. She actually officially gets a name when she meets her father. So the synopsis is, when she turned 11 years old, her prostitute mom sold her off to her father, and her father actually bought her. Her father's name is Ain Castiello, I'm pretty sure. And he's the Duke. And he took Estelle and gave her everything that she needed, like love and care, that she never got from her mother, because her mother actually abused her as well. So she's basically sort of on the same boat as Leslie in a way. She also has a brother named Carls, and the House of Castiello is known to be cold and distant towards people in general. But when Estelle comes in, everything just gets brighter, because Carls and her father aren't usually known to like anybody, but since they love Estelle with her pink eyes and her blonde hair, she just lightens up everything. And the thing about House of Castiello is sometimes people can't really look them in the eye because they explain it. So the author is Kotan and Shia, and this is such a great story. Love it so much. If I could give it a higher rating, more than 5, I would. It's just a cute story that everybody needs to enjoy. And I hope you guys read these stories. And if you have read it, you guys can do discussions in the comments below. And please, if you're going to put spoilers of the story, please put a note that you're spoiling this. Put a spoiler note. And yeah, please follow me on my Instagram. Please look in the link below for my own comic story. I'm looking to improve it. And see you guys next time. Bye.